Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you need to compute a value, but only if it's absolutely necessary? It can be a real headache, especially when that computation is heavy and time-consuming. If this sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the concept of lazy evaluation with Java's optional. I totally get it. You want to avoid unnecessary computations that can slow down your application. Many developers face this challenge when dealing with heavy operations that are only sometimes needed. You're definitely not alone in this. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, is it possible to have a java.util optional that is evaluated only if needed? They need to pass an optional to a method that may or may not use its value, and they want to ensure that the heavy computation only happens when necessary. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what exactly is the issue here? The standard optional in Java evaluates its value immediately, which can lead to performance issues if the computation is heavy. We need a way to defer that computation until it's actually required. Let's break this down. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a simple solution that can help you implement lazy evaluation in your code. You won't want to miss it. To implement lazy evaluation with optional, the user can create a custom class that wraps the optional and accepts a supplier. This supplier will be responsible for computing the value only when needed. Next, the user should implement a method to get the value. This method will check if the value has already been computed. If not, it will compute it using the supplier and store it for future use. The user can also implement additional methods like or-else get and if present. These methods will provide similar lazy evaluation capabilities, allowing the user to handle the value only when necessary. Finally, the user can utilize this lazy optional class in their code. They can pass an instance of lazy optional to the method that requires an optional, ensuring that the value is only computed when needed. Fun fact, did you know that the concept of lazy evaluation is used in many programming languages, including Haskell? It allows for more efficient memory usage and can lead to better performance in certain scenarios. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative approach is to use a supplier that returns an optional. This allows for lazy evaluation of the heavy computation. The supplier will only execute the computation when needed. In the provided code, the supplier is passed to a method that may or may not require the heavy result. If the condition is met, the supplier is invoked, triggering the computation only at that moment. Here's the solution I promised. Implement a custom optional class that supports lazy evaluation. This way, you can ensure that heavy computations are only performed when absolutely necessary. And there you have it. By using a supplier with your optional, you can achieve lazy evaluation and improve your application's performance. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on Java programming. Remember, coding smarter is always better.